Hi, Virgo rising, and welcome to your September Astrology and Tarot Horoscope. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Lisa Merrifield. I'm with Trails Edge Astrology, and my goal on this channel is to give grounded, practical astrological advice so you can live your best life. Before we get started, if you haven't listened to the September forecast, you might go back and do that. I'll link it here. In that, I go over the 6 transits that I think are going to be the most significant for September. And spoiler alert, I think September is going to be a little more cohesive than July and August have been, or at least that's my hope. I also put together a journal page with those 6 transits in it so that you can just take some notes on what's coming along. And I also think it's really interesting to take notes on what actually happened or what you felt while those transits were happening. Because astrology is so cyclical, it's really handy to be able to go back and look at what happened when similar transits happened in the past, and you can kind of start to see a pattern. So I think that's really interesting. So that's linked in the September video. I will also put a link to that journal page down below if you want to go grab it. And yeah, let's get started with the 2 of those transits that I think have the most long-term impact for us this month. If any of this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share this, comment, any of those kinds of things to let me know you're out there and interested, and help the YouTube algorithms know that this is interesting content. All right, so the first transit I want to talk about is Pluto moving back into Capricorn. So Pluto has been sitting between Capricorn and Aquarius. It's been moving back and forth since 2023. But Pluto was solidly in Capricorn between parts of 2008 all the way up to 2023. And during that time, for you as a Virgo rising, it was helping to transform and bring out the authentic expression of your 5th house. And your 5th house is about creativity and innovation. It's about taking calculated risks. It's about, can be about like sports and competition. It can also be about children. So how it showed up for you depends on a lot of things. What planets you have in the 5th house, where Saturn is in your natal chart. Saturn rules Capricorn, so wherever Saturn is part of that story. So, so in a reading like this, I can't tell you exactly where that is. That would be something to do in a personal reading. You could definitely drill down into it. But yeah, so something about that Pluto and Capricorn time, we have between September 1st and November 19th to finish out that chapter. Whatever soul's evolution you are doing with that Pluto and Capricorn time will finish up during this fall. And, so I don't expect it to be anything brand new. But what Pluto does is it puts pressure on us to become more authentically who we are, more authentically who we're supposed to be. And so if there is still work that you need to do in that 5th house area of your life, there might be some pressure that comes along to get you to like take the final steps, like close the door, move on to the next thing. So so look for that and work with it. Definitely, Pluto's very accommodating if you are willing to lean in and really do the work that you need to do. Then after November 20th, Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next almost 20 years, and in your 6th house, Pluto will be working on reforming your health and daily habits in some way. So you've gotten the glimpses of that as Pluto's moved back and forth into Aquarius. Pluto's been in Aquarius between January and September 1st. And so you've been working on this a little bit, starting that next cycle. But yeah, we're going to go back and finish up that Capricorn work. So again, lean into it. See what is available to you. What do you need to finish up, and do that work. The second transit I want to mention is that we have an eclipse in Virgo and Pisces on September 17th. And as Virgo is your rising sign, this eclipse is going to be impacting your identity on a really core level, your who you are as an individual and who you are in in relationships. It's on that axis, and and that that has the potential to be really powerful. The eclipse is at 25 um, 25 Pisces, and so depending on where your rising sign is, if your rising sign is anywhere close to 25, this eclipse will probably really hit home and really illuminate something about your identity or your relationships that that you needed to see. Eclipse energy doesn't always happen at the moment of it. We feel it coming in, we feel it going out. Different astrologers talk about it lasting for different periods of time, but there's some illumination happening around that, your sense of self and your sense of self in relationships. Now, prior to this, for the last couple of years, the eclipses have been in your money houses, your individual money, and how you are karmically intertwined with other people. It can also be values, or any of those kinds of contracts that produce vulnerability. So that's where the eclipses have been. And actually, the October eclipse will go back into that space. But for now, this eclipse on the 17th is about you and about, really how you show up in the world. And so, so it has the potential to be intense. Again, depending on how close it is to your ascendant, depending on what other planets you've got sitting in your first and seventh house, close to that eclipse point, that will determine exactly how it shows up for you. But yeah, it could. This one could hit home, and so so just be really gentle with yourself around the 17th. See what comes up. Eclipses often they are harbingers of change, and so so that can be uncomfortable sometimes. So give yourself some grace, and even if it's not, you're not like seeing something you've never seen before, remember other people around you will be. And so yeah, just the middle of the month is a time to be really really gentle with yourself. All right, so let's pull some cards to see if we can refine this message a little bit. We are drawing from the Wandering Star Tarot, and then I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck. So I'm going to pause, shuffle, and I'll be right back with your reading. All right, I am back. Okay, so Virgo rising, your opportunity this month is the Nine of Swords. I love this as an opportunity. The Nine of Swords is about worry. She's sitting here. It's about nightmares. Got all these swords over her head. But there is some kind of culminating energy. 9 is at the end of the the journey of the swords story. 9 is getting really close to the end. So yeah, there's just some. Is there some anxiety in your life? Is there something that you have been worrying about or fretting about, or the opportunity here is maybe to like stay in that ruminating stage, and is that what you want to do? Is that helpful? Is that beneficial to you? Yeah, so in this idea that the eclipses are in your first and seventh house, yeah, is there just something about either how you need to show up in the world or how you need to show up in relationships that's causing you some anxiety? Or is it something to do with creativity, with that fifth house placement? Maybe your kids, something like that. Something is causing you some anxiety. And this month, there's the opportunity for that anxiety to get ramped up. So, so I really want you to focus on self-care this month. Really focus on making sure that your cup is full, and that you're not that you're not letting yourself just sit in that space of fretting and overthinking. I have a friend who is a Virgo sun, sun sun, and she she had a situation going on with somebody that was causing her some anxiety and grief, and so her rule to herself was that she could only work on it during like 5 and 6. Every day during 5 and 6, she could like like fret about whatever it was she was going to fret about, and after that it had to go. And so I throw that out there as an idea, as a Virgoan kind of energetic idea, like this is when I'm going to fret on this, and I'm going to let myself do it, and then I need to move on. So some opportunity for some anxiety, something that might not feel comfortable, and you need to think about how you want to deal with that. All right, your challenge is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is all about decisions, and like sometimes like fantastical decisions or options, like things that you can't really have, but you're daydreaming about, or it could be, yeah, just making a choice. I wonder if some of this anxiety that you're feeling is around that you've got to make a choice. You've got to pick something, and not all of the options are equal, but maybe you like some of them better than others. So, yeah, something about making a decision this month might be giving you some anxiety, and so there's a challenge in figuring out what choice you want to make that will get you to where you need to go. All right. So what do you need to do about all of this? And for that, Virgo risings, you got the Knight of Wands. And Knights are all about movement, forward motion, movement, communication, action. And Wands are about stepping into your creative energy, your personal passion, your intuition. And so a Knight of Wands is a fairly quick moving night, and so I wonder if this isn't saying something about, you're in your head, you're ruminating, and what this is asking you to do is like take the step, take the leap, move maybe a little bit quicker than you want to, take a risk that maybe you haven't been willing to take. And now that I'm looking at this, I wonder if maybe this has to do with Pluto moving back into your fifth house to finish out that work. Fifth house feels like very Wands kind of work. It's about intuition. It's about taking some calculated risks. So maybe there's some piece of that Pluto work that is making you anxious, that's giving you lots of choices, and there's something about moving into that energy. So only you can know how it goes, how it's coming down for you, but definitely something about anxiety, something about choices, and something about moving. Now that I'm thinking about it, is this that you're being asked to move, to follow your heart, to maybe not follow your head, maybe just follow your heart, even if it seems like the choice is maybe not the most practical or grounded kind of choice. Maybe it's more of a heart-based choice. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it shows up for you. All right. For your plant teacher, for your herbal astrology card, you got yarrow. And the word is harmony with yarrow. And from the guidebook, it says, if you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries and regain balance. Use your empathetic abilities to ground chords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself for let me start that again. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame the situation on others as a reason that you remain stuck. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. So, again, there's your Yarrow card. All right, Virgo rising, I hope this was helpful. If it was, please check the like box. Please subscribe to the channel, share this, comment, whatever feels right to you. Help me grow this channel, help me share my message. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you soon. Bye.